If you got dropped into Earth's past at basically any point before right now, you would be dead in minutes. Sometimes the air itself wants you gone. Sometimes the ground is trying to cook you alive. And sometimes something with way too many legs or teeth decides you're the main course. We're going through every major prehistoric era again, but this time we're going deeper into the nightmare. Same rules. Figure out exactly what kills you and what that death actually feels like. It's never quick, it's never clean. But hey, you'll learn some geology while your nervous system shuts down. Everybody wins except you. Let's start at the very beginning. You materialize in the Archean about 3.5 billion years ago. The beach is black volcanic glass that's still warm from the planet basically being a lava lamp. The sky is a sickly orange-red soup. No ozone layer, no plants, nothing green anywhere. You take that first desperate breath and nothing. The atmosphere is mostly nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and methane. Your lungs pull in gas, but your blood gets zero oxygen. 3 seconds later, your body hits full panic, heart hammering like a broken drum. Your skin starts burning because the sun's UV is hitting you like a microwave with no shield. The rocks under your feet are hot enough to blister through your shoes. You stagger, vision tunneling, and collapse face first into a mat of photosynthetic bacteria, the only living thing on the whole planet. Your last feeling is heat on your face and the slow suffocation as your brain starves. No one cares. Caring hasn't been invented yet. Good news, the next era finally has oxygen. Bad news, everything else wants to eat you. Welcome to the Cambrian explosion. You're standing on a rocky shoreline under a blue sky that finally looks right. You breathe deep actual oxygen, about 10 to 12%, and for 10 glorious seconds, you think maybe this won't be so bad. The ocean looks crystal clear and inviting. You're thirsty, so you wade in. Big mistake. Something the size of a large dog shoots out from behind a rock. Anomalocaris, 3 feet of nightmare shrimp, with 2 long spiky appendages and a circular mouth full of serrated teeth. Those arms clamp onto your thigh like meat hooks. The spikes punch straight through muscle. Then the mouth starts rasping at your leg like it's coring an apple. You're screaming, kicking, blood clouding the water. Either it drags you under and you drown, or you somehow break free and die days later from septic shock because the Cambrian Ocean is basically bacterial soup. Either way, your lunch. You decide land might be safer. It isn't. Devonian period. The land is finally green, sort of giant ferns, weird scale trees, everything dripping wet. You spot a river and run for it because you're dehydrated and the humidity is murder. The water's brown and warm. You kneel to drink. That's when the 30-foot armored fish that's been pretending to be a log decides. You look tasty, Dunkleosteus. Its jaws are 2 guillotine blades, backed by T-Rex level bite force. It explodes out of the murk and clamps around your midsection. Ribs snap like dry twigs. The blades shear through skin, muscle, and organs in one clean bite. You're pulled under, thrashing, water flooding your lungs, while your torso is being cut in half. Death is fast, messy, and extremely wet. Carboniferous. The planet turned into one giant swamp forest. Trees 100 feet tall, oxygen at a ridiculous 35%. At first, it feels amazing you're breathing, pure rocket fuel. Muscles feel strong, head clear. Then you notice the bugs. Dragonflies with 2-foot wingspans are the least of your problems. A scorpion, the size of a Rottweiler, smells you near a stagnant pool. It moves faster than anything that big should. Stinger punches into your calf. The venom feels like liquid fire spreading up your leg. Neurotoxins shut down your muscles. Your heart starts misfiring. Breathing becomes something you have to consciously remember to do. You collapse over the next hour while giant millipedes, the size of cars, crawl over your twitching body. High oxygen has a price tag, and it's written in exoskeletons. Permian. Oxygen crashes to 16%. The world is a red desert under a brutal sun. Every breath feels like you're on Everest. Heat over 110 degrees Fahrenheit with no shade. You find a tiny, muddy puddle and drink it anyway. Night falls fast. You get a small fire going. That's when the Gorgonopsids show up, Volf-sized, saber-toothed proto-mammals that evolved just to ruin your day. They circle your fire, hissing. One tests you. You swing a burning branch. It backs off. Then the biggest one flanks you and sinks those sabers into your neck and shoulder. Arteries severed. The pack piles on while you're still conscious enough to feel them feeding. Shock is a mercy. Triassic, early dinosaurs exist, but the real problem is the land crocodiles. You're following tracks to a when Paleogene, a 20-foot armored predator that walks tall on 4 legs, goes from rock to missile in half a second. It slams into you, jaws locking around your leg. Bones crunch. Then it does the death roll. Your knee and hip disintegrate. Pain so big, your brain just whites out. You bleed out in the dirt while it starts eating. Jurassic, nice forests, actual rainfall. You're feeling optimistic until you smell rotting meat and see 3 Allosaurus coming back to their kill. 30 feet each, built like killing machines. You run. One catches you from behind, foot pinning you down. The bite to your neck and shoulder cracks bone and ends the fight. The others join in. You're still alive for the first few seconds of the feast. Barely Cretaceous, flowers, forests that almost look familiar. Oxygen back up to 30%. You last almost a whole day. Then a pack of dromaeosaurs finds you near a river. 6 of them, human-sized, sickle-clawed. They test you, learn your patterns, then hit from multiple angles. One jumps on your back, toe claws sinking into your side. Another opens your leg. The final one goes for the throat. You drop. They feed. Somewhere in the distance, a T-Rex smells the blood and starts walking over Paleogene. Dinosaurs are gone. Terror birds and giant mammals have taken over. You're in a steamy jungle full of fruit and flowers. Sounds perfect until the infections start. Every bite, every scratch gets infected instantly. Fever, swollen lymph nodes, things crawling under your skin. Then a 6-foot Forushrest, basically a murder ostrich with a hatchet beaks, pots your weakened state. It doesn't even sneak. It just charges and smashes the back of your skull. Quick, but not painless. Quaternary, Ice Age, 30,000 years ago. You open your eyes and the cold punches you in the lungs. No proper clothes, no fat reserves after all those previous deaths. Hypothermia sets in fast. You get a fire going, but the smoke draws cave hyenas, bigger, meaner, smarter than modern ones. They circle, test, then drag you screaming out of the firelight. They go for the legs, then the throat. The cold numbs some of the pain. You pass out while they start eating. Your bones will be found by early humans one spring and tossed aside. Just another dead hominid. So here's the truth. Across 4 billion years, there's maybe a 10,000-year window where a naked, clueless human can walk around without the planet immediately trying to delete them. You're living in it right now. Every other era was a custom-built death trap with different mechanics. No oxygen, too much oxygen, giant bugs, saber-toothed everything, or just soul-crushing cold. Nature spent billions of years stress-testing ways to kill. The fact that you can step outside today, breathe normally, not get eaten by a 30-foot crocodile, and not freeze solid is an absolute statistical miracle. Time travel is a terrible idea. Appreciate the boring, safe present. Thanks for listening to me describe all the horrible ways you would die. Drop in the comments which era you think you could actually survive. Spoiler, none. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll probably talk about how you die in space or on other planets. Stay in this timeline. It's the only one that doesn't hate you.